Hello there, I'm Dr. Franklin. I'm your teacher this semester. You're going to be in my Biology 116 lab. This lab accompanies your Biology 114 lecture, and you may have me for lecture as well. In fact, I believe that if you're taking it this semester, you definitely will. So we should have a lot of fun together this semester. I don't say that in a trivial or a silly way. I say it truthfully. I think that you will enjoy the whole semester and what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be doing a couple of different things, or approaching this from two different ways. One is that we are going to think on a very basic level about the processes that all life depends upon, such as reproduction, circulation, digestion, those types of things. And think about, how do other animals do this? You may know varying amounts of information about how the human body takes care of these things. You may not know so much about how a sponge does it. And so we can learn a lot from the lower animals that reveal some things about our own functioning. And so therefore we are going to do some comparing of our own bodies and how our own bodies do things with the how lower animals do these things. But our primary focus will be on mammals, and of course human beings are mammals, and we will focus on humans more than any other mammal. So I think we'll have a lot of fun. The lab is going to be taught in what's called an asynchronous manner for the most part, which means that even though your class is set to be, I'm going to say Tuesday at 2:30, I believe is the right time for that, we are not going to be meeting on the computer at that time. In other words, you don't have to be logged in on Canvas right at that moment. But you will need to be logged in a good bit during the week. When I say a good bit, possibly a couple of hours, 3 hours during the week, in which you can work your lab activities. But the only time that I'm going to specify a day that you need to be on the computer would be when you have your midterm exam and when you have your final exam. And you'll have a day in which to, a window that lasts a day in which you can log on. The actual log on time would be probably 2 hours in which you have to finish that exam. Other than that, though, any time during the week will be fine. If you want to work on it at midnight Saturday night, and I know you will, you can do that. If you want to do it on Monday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, right at the set time, that's okay too. So anyway, like I said, I think you're going to enjoy this a whole lot. There are a couple of things I need you to know about me. One of them is that one thing I just don't like is when students are afraid to approach me and ask me a question. And I don't get mad at them, of course, but I just think, why didn't they just ask me? Why didn't they ask? I would have told them that. And so please, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to send me a message on Canvas or an email message, through the regular campus email, and I'll get back with you just as soon as possible, almost certainly within the same day. But I can't promise it. Some things happen, but usually within the day. Maybe not so much on the weekend, but maybe so. It just sort of depends. But I will definitely get back to you with the answer. Another thing is that I don't tend to ask people to do things that I'm not willing to do myself. That sounds like a double negative, I know, and it kind of is, but I hope that you understand what I mean. If there's something that I'm not willing to do, or I don't feel I'm competent to do, or what have you, I'm surely not going to ask you to do it, okay? By the same token, if I do ask you to do certain things or ask you to learn certain things, please know that I walked in your shoes at one point and I needed to know those too. And another thing is, I don't tell people you need to know all this stuff and then have it be really superfluous information that's not going to do you any good. That's also not me. It's going to be really important information that I ask you to know. Let's see, another thing I like to tell, is that I think that I'm a lifelong learner. I mean, I have done it so far for the last few years that I've been alive. And I think that you would benefit by being a lifelong learner also. So have curiosity about things. Just look at things and think, well, how does that work? I wonder how that works together and why does that happen? Because that's served me pretty well in my lifetime, and I think it will you as well. I would hope that you would have curiosity about the material we're actually talking about. That's always good, and I think you might. If you are in biomedical sciences, meaning if you plan to go to medical school, dental school, veterinary school, any of those professional schools, if you want to do post graduate work at research or that sort of thing, then you should really find all of what we're going to be talking about very interesting. And so I would imagine that you will be quite interested in that. So I think we're going to have a great semester. I just mainly wanted to say hello, and I'll be seeing you before long. I'm looking forward to it. Bye-bye.